right, I waited to the 2 minute mark. Wake up. Buenos dias. Soulful Saturday. You already know. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We are here resetting the alignment and the energies of our soul. Love your soul, not your role. My name is Omni Cosmic. You already know I haven't been online for a minute, but I've been hitting you with a lot of those beautiful motivational shorts. Hey, Lord Angelica Roxanne, hello. How you doing? Happy Soulful Saturday. Thank you for coming in. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, por favor. And today we at the beach. Like I said, if I'm not in the house, if I'm not in doing something other than being on vacation, I'm on vacation. Here you go. I'm gonna give you a little shot so you can take a look. And this is a lake. It's not a saltwater beach, but deep game. And you can see the rain coming. It's the afternoon. I had overtime today, so I worked till 1 o'clock. I wasn't able to come out until now. But here I am. Here I am. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in, love. May knowledge fulfill you. May wisdom guide you. This channel is about aligning yourself with the all source, not the God that you've been trained to praise and to pray to, because you will become prey once you get on your knees and pray. This is all about aligning yourself with the all source, with your inner soul, your mind, your physical, and everything that has to do with being human, especially when it comes to your spirit and your soul. So come on in, wake up, wake up. My name is Omni Cosmic. I'm in the house. You already know. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I haven't been on here in quite a while. I've been, ramping up my hours at work so I can, do the social responsibility thing, paying bills, things of that nature, trying to keep up with myself, with my current situation, maintaining just on a daily basis, like, I've been allowed to do so. I hope that you guys are having a beautiful, wonderful day. Thank you for the like. I appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I hope you guys are looking at my shorts. They're very motivational. I drop them down every single day with a picture of myself. A little motivational overhead. I get some quotes from online. Some of the books I've read, some of the quotes I have not. Some of them come from people who are old school philosophers. Some of them are new, some of them are book writers, but just people that quotes that I find inspirational. So check them out. See if you like them. Do a shoulder roll today. I used to come on early in the morning so I can read the Bible, and we did all that stuff, but we haven't finished that. I haven't really found a space to do that yet. Currently, I don't know, you guys didn't see that, but there's thunder coming, so this is usually every afternoon from June. I think it's from June till November here in Florida, where it's severe weather warning. So this is about to get ugly out here. So I couldn't come out earlier because I was doing my thing. But it is very hot. It's I get a little bit of that wind coming from the lake, if you can hear it. So, oh yes, it is. You already know. There are beautiful Latinas all over the place. And they come, from them beautiful Latino places. But that's true. A lot of beautiful Latinas out here, everywhere. But thank you for that comment. I appreciate it. What's up, Underboss25? Oh, you're the one that made that comment. How you doing, man? Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, por favor. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So I really don't have really much to talk about. I just wanted to come on here and kick the Willy Bobo. Que la que hay, see how you guys are doing. Latin American countries, that's right. Real close by. Yeah, they are very beautiful. That's very true. I can't argue with you on that one. Nothing really I've been noticing lately. I know there was a 7.4 Richter scale earthquake in Colombia. Bless those folks out there. Anyone who was affected by that earthquake, may they get some help. May they find their loved ones. And we definitely thinking about those folks out there that just went through that earthquake in Colombia. So shout out to Colombia and all my Colombian people. Dios me lo bendiga. God, may the all source guide you and help you, and may you rely on your resources, on your internal strength as a spark of the source, because that's what we talk about. We are not a creation, we are an emanation, encapsulated in the Creator's jail, right? So you got to get a little bit beyond the Bible to understand what I'm talking about. But that's okay, because if you don't, we'll be breaking that stuff down in the future. Lately, I've been studying the lymphatic system because I did have cancer. I had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So I was very interested in how the lymphatic system works, and of course the body in general, so I can be able to keep myself healthy, balanced, not just physically, but definitely mentally, and emotionally, and in every leads that I can find to make myself aligned with my own life experiment mission, right? Um, Turning off all of the electronics, and meditating, and using frequency sounds to allow me to intertwine and communicate with my self, right? Because there are many yous and not just one. You've been here many times before. This is not your first rodeo here on this plane. However, as you go, you learn, you begin to become enlightened, and then you begin to make those. Everyone's a guru. Everyone has the experience of being here, because everyone is an emanation of the source. You weren't created, you already existed. What was created was your vessel to utilize your energy, so that the the God of this plane can use you, right? Can basically taking you and is using your energy, and then your physical vessel, it runs out, right? It dies, it passes away, but your energy continues, but you're lost because you don't know where you come from, you don't know how you got here, you don't know any of those things because it was taken from you. So it's not to take those things back, it's just to understand them and how to guide them and align yourself with them. um, You'll never know here, but if you continue to meditate, continue to align yourself with what you are, and find out who you are and where you come from, you won't ever have to come back to this place again. That's the whole point. We don't come from the same place. We are not the same. Physically, we may be the same in terms of the material, right? We have two arms, two legs. Some of us don't. But in terms of spirit and soul, we are not all from the same place, because if we were, this place would be in unison. This place would not be the way it is now. If we all emanated from the same place, this place would not exist, because you need opposite. If everything was geometric, everything was lined the same, it would be the same frequency. So there would be no 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 material. It would all be one sound, right? So there wouldn't be a musical song. It would just be one tone. So with one tone, there wouldn't be any ups and downs, in and outs, creating material, creating realities for each of those notes, which is you and I. It's really hot out here. I'm gonna try to walk slow. So that's what I talk about here. And no, I'm not the know-it-all. I don't know everything. I don't know anything at all. Actually, I'm just a man who is here, and sharing my experiences and what I've learned, what I am learning, what I continue to learn, what I feel that's important to share with my fellow man, right? That's what I'm doing. I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist. I read metaphysical stuff, and I study those things. I follow people because it's when you're interested in something and it takes you there, it's just something that really is enticing to you, and you want to share it. You want to share it because knowledge can only be utilized when it's shared. You can't contain knowledge and become wise, or either or, right? May knowledge fulfill you, may wisdom guide you, right? So come on in, love your soul, not your role. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Today I don't really have a topic. Again, I'm just coming on because I haven't been on for a long time. Just wanted to say hello. Who's that? Marcy Perkins. Hello there at Marcy Perkins. Hi. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you very much. Taking the time out of your important life to say hello. I appreciate you very much. Thank you so much. That means a lot. So it's really difficult, right, to align yourself in today's day and age when everything is online, we're connected all the time. You know, I don't know if you guys have been. I don't know. I'm not gonna say if you have, but I was researching neural computers. So what they're doing is they're taking human skin, they're breaking it down, they're growing neurons, and they're adding it to microchips, and then they're computing. So just recently, not just recently, but there is a computer that has been made with human tissue to play the game Doom. Look it up, check it out. And these are all the things that are going on while everybody's in turmoil, while everybody's fighting for oil and things that doesn't belong to anyone, can be shared with wars going on and diseases, and children are being abused and used, and all that stuff. These people are changing the world. Changing is transhumanism. I don't know if you guys ever heard about that, but that's something that Elon Musk is working on. The neural net and all that stuff. This is coming. It's coming. I was talking about zombies the other day. People think that zombies are not. People take things too literal, right? You got to be able to look at all the metaphors. Look at the movies. When I was talking about that a couple of weeks ago before I stopped coming online, where they show you the zombies sucking people's blood and chasing people. They're chasing all the people who are aware. All of those people, it's a metaphor. They're not really sucking blood. What they're doing is taking all the knowledge that you have and destroying it and making you into one of them, right? Because it's irresistible, everything that's going on, all the computers, all the networks, all the, everybody's tied in, all these flock hammers, all this stuff going on in society to make you go crazy. Yeah, I know, me too, but that's okay, man. The word's gonna get to the ones who need it. That's all I care about. All the other folks in the world, and they're doing what they need to do, and that's quite all right by me. Those who are here to catch it. So, like I said, may knowledge fulfill you, may wisdom guide you. Not everybody's ready. Not everybody's ready. People will resurrect. People will resurrect until you get the lesson, because that's what you're here for. Now, that's what they say. Who knows? Nobody knows anything. Everybody has theories about, quantum worlds and all these experiments and science. All that stuff can be. There's places that all these principles and rules and are reversed or not even don't even affect. They're totally, something that you would consider to be weird and outlandish, but it exists. It's there. Yeah, you too, brother. I appreciate you, man. Do your thing. Do your thing. I appreciate you coming in, man. I appreciate that very much. And so shallow Hal, right? Shallow Hal. Everybody's Shallow Hal. I don't know if you guys ever seen that movie, but Shallow Hal is you be material, and that's what this God of this plane is, the creator of the material. And he owns all of this stuff. So like in the Bible says, from dust you were made, to dust you shall return. So, that just tells you. But how were you made from dust? Not you weren't made from dust. Your vessel was made from the dust to contain your energy, to contain your source with an ignorant God. That's all it is. It's an ignorant God. Look, do some more research outside of, the religion that you've been encapsulated in and indoctrinated to believe something outside of yourself has more power than you. There's nothing more in control of me than me. And if you knew how much power you had, you'd be one of those superheroes on Marvel or on DC. Guarantee you. But again, this plane is owned by what you guys want to call a god, right? And don't look at physical materialism. You're looking at horns and tails, and you're looking at wings and men, and all those are the possibilities for that to exist, of course. However, who knows? Ruba Nusak, what's up? Raven Carroll asked to shout out Sister Ruba Nusak. Is that a joke? Are you joking with me with words? Raven, I hope not. Because if you are, shame on you. But I hope you got to laugh. It's all good. I'm not above it. I'm not above it. I don't even know what it says together, so whatever. Anyway, so love your soul, not your role. Wake up, wake up. Come on in, come on in. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You know, and all aspects of knowledge and wisdom that have been written down, that have been researched by man, that have been, pulled up and archived and researched by other men. It's all information from men who are observing life through their own eyes and writing this information now with their own perspectives. Doesn't mean it's true. There is no truth but the experience that you live. That's the truth. It's good to know these things, but what's the point of you knowing you having all this knowledge, right? Or all this wisdom, and you end up transcending and coming back. It's all for naught. Because the whole point of this voyage, you're a journeyman, is to go through here, pick up what I'm putting down or whatever's going on here and bounce and not come back. And possibly either that experience is going to take you to who knows where. But if you come back here, it's all a big circle. It's like the big snake eating his own soul. There's a reason. So these things, these symbols and these books and these archived, gnosis, knowledge and libraries from the old world, from all these things that they're telling you that used to be here and where they got this information from. Unless you're experiencing, or unless you're researching that on your own, you're only internalizing information that was created, that was put together by someone else. The best way to get all this information to be true is to meditate, is to align yourself. You don't need to know any of this stuff. You're here to live an experience. You're not here to go to school, to go to academy, to become this, to become that. No, that's all material. That's all limited. It's limited. The God of this world is limited to materialism. So these systems, it's good to know about them, but they don't apply to everybody because everybody's not from the same place. They tell you stories about other people, other religions, other cultures, other cults, other. What about you? What about you? What about the indigenous people that don't have their stories because they're all in the museums of those who owned the land, of those who took everything, right? And then you got to pay to go see your own stuff, and maybe they're not even going to give you the whole 9, because if they do, again, they're going to release you from this indoctrination of you don't have any power, you don't have, you do. All of us do. We are an emanation of the source. We are not the creation is the vessel, not the soul or the spirit. And that's the distinction between being to be or not to be. There's a big difference, a huge difference. And this kind of information, once you figure it out, and there's nothing to figure out. Once you leave all this stuff alone, all this material stuff, stop chasing the 8-ball. Stop trying to be, like the Joneses. And they tell you in songs, man. They tell you in songs. They tell you in movies. But you don't get it because you've been trained to not look at things from the inside. You've been trained to look at things from the outside, the material. And there's more than that. Everything has life. Everything has life. Everything is alive. Everything. So read, do some research. If you're interested, if not, that's cool. That's okay. Like I said, there's gonna be that lifetime where you're gonna get it because that's the end goal. That's the end goal. I say I say this all the time. Who in their right mind will chooses to come back to this place? Like intentionally say, yeah, I want to go back to Earth so I can make it different, so I can make it better. Nah, it ain't happening. It is not. You're not gonna come here and make anything better. You're gonna come here. You already got your DNA is already written. You're already connected to your ancestors. So you're not gonna come back as a bird. You're not gonna come back as an owl. You're not gonna come back as you're gonna come back the same mofo, right? And possibly, you may come back as a female because everyone's a female before they turn male. And I think it's when you're being conceived. So, I think Y chromosome or something like that. Anyway, so, get that out of your head. Get that out of your head. When you pass and you transcend, you don't look like a physical being. They show you on TV, the ghost. That's not what it is. That's a lie. That's to scare you, to make you think that you have, that's your ethereal body that's going to go to hell and be tortured. It's impossible. You're an energy. Nothing can touch you. It can influence you, but it can't touch you, right? You have to be willing. You have to be aligned with your inner soul and your spirit to understand the guidance in which frequency you resonate with, so that you can be, eternally part of the source, which is what we all are. So if you unhinge yourself, from all of this, indoctrination and all these institutions and all these, people who claim that they know more than you because they read more books, because, they know mathematics. These people don't know Jack Bone, and Jack Bone don't know them. Believe me when I tell you. It's all a game. It's all a system of power. That's all it is. If you really want to begin to experience life on life's terms, align yourself with yourself, your mind, your heart, your stomach, internally. Imagine the communication that's going on that you have nothing to do with. You don't even know what's going on when you're walking, when you're breathing, when your body's fighting, all of these diseases that they put in the air and the food and the water. Your body's built for this. But your soul is something else. Your soul is part of the beyond the creator, right? Beyond the creator. Because the creator is limited to this plane right here. This is why this is his. This is why he does what he does, or it does what it does, or she does what she does, or Shim does what Shim does. Because it created this. And the rules here are its, and it has its they have these names, call them aeons, archons, what you call angels and demons, or what they want you to believe is outside of you. All these things are parasites. Everything in the macro is in the micro. As above, so below, so within, so without. May knowledge fulfill you, may wisdom guide you. You hear the wind? It's coming, baby. I wanted to be out here all day, but hello, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Yeah, the wind's coming. Woo! Oh yeah, baby. So it's afternoon out here in Florida, and from June to November, it rains all the time. So I couldn't get out here earlier today because I was working. But it looks like it's not going to be that. There it is right there. It's just passing by on the other side. So it looks like it's not really gonna hit us, but there's a little bit of, and I am the weatherman, a little bit of snow. Clouds right here. Sorry. So that's cool. So I don't think it's gonna be okay. Anyway, wake up, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You already know. My name is Cosmic. Come on. align ourselves with ourselves. Life experience. Influence yourself. Come on in, man. I'm gonna walk over here to my car. So just in case, ¿verdad? It starts really, but it's not. It looks like the whole sky is not covered. So when that happens, I mean, it's just gonna drop just a little bit, and then it's gonna subside. So let's see if that happens for real, for real. So what's up? Where you guys at? What country you in? Shout out to Colombia and the folks going through over there. May they get some good help. May people find their people who are lost, and may you guys be okay out there. They just had a big earthquake. Ooh. So yeah, it looks like it's gonna subside, which is cool. So like everything that you do, like eating is the one thing that I practice a lot. Eating, what I eat, how much I eat. I eat once a day. Maybe I understand. Maybe. Most of the time I don't. But I eat once a day. There's no need for you to eat 3 times a day. You eat 3 times a day, you're gonna end up sick. You're gonna end up obese. You're gonna end up with some kind of unbalance. Especially if you eat meat 3 times a day. Listen, I had cancer. I had diabetes. All that stuff is gone because I began to pay attention to what I was eating, and you got the internet, man. Figure out what these foods do to your body. When you eat too much, your body has to digest this food. So people eat all this food all day. When you're sleeping, your body's really not resting because you've been eating all day. So your body's really digesting, and that you can overheat. Basically, you can overheat your body, which will cause sickness. Which will cause not sickness, but imbalance. So even that's most important because people you can really you can die for eating food, especially out here when they put on these chemicals and all these biochems and which is in other countries they don't do that. They don't put stuff. That's just natural food. But too much food, too much intake. It's trying to make it inside. You think you're hungry, but you're really not. So I eat once a day. I eat the necessary nutrition once a day. I go out for a walk as much as I can. Get the lymphatic system working. And again, the lymphatic system is very interesting. You guys figure that out. You got to move to get your lymphatic system pumping. That's going to clear out all that nasty stuff in your body. Recirculate the good stuff. Read about it. It's very interesting. These are the things that if you learn about them, you don't need these people in white experiment jackets to give you medication to keep you sick. Because all it does is inhibit you and give the power to the medication. And then when you don't have the medication, your body has self-relaxed because it's being fed what it naturally produces. Then that's when you become. I would say I don't want to use the word sick, but that's when your body begins to alert itself and start to take things from other places, and to compensate, to fight for that, and you become imbalanced. And, you don't know why, because you don't take the time or you don't have the time, or life is telling you, go to the doctor instead of sitting down and listening to what your body is doing. Why is your body going through this? What happened? What changed? You know what I'm saying? Why? Where? Why? Why do I have this that they say that I have? And then you ask them. I'm telling you, I had cancer. I had like 5 different kinds of cancers before they told me the final cancer was non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. They told me I had 5 different kinds of, you have this cancer. Oh no, you have this cancer. Oh no, they didn't know. They had no idea. They wanted to drug me up, which they did, but I wasn't a victim to that. You know what I did? I started doing my own thing. I started doing my own research. Of course, I was using the medications, and I started asking them questions, and they became mad at me. They became upset with me. They didn't want to work with me anymore because I was asking too many questions. It's raining just a little bit. I'm gonna get in here. But ooh, man, it's too hot in here. So, I decided to figure those things out. I'm like, hold on, man. These people are telling me, I got this. I had like 4 different types of cancer before they said I had this particular cancer. They didn't know. They were making it up as they went along. You know what I'm saying? But I like to learn about things. That's not my music. Please don't scratch me on that YouTube. Copyright or something like that. So I decided to learn, man. I was like, hold on, man. I'm not giving these people power over my life and telling me I'm sick, and every time I asked them, they got different diagnoses. Yeah, that's what they did to me. And my family was none the wiser. They weren't trying to help. It was like everybody. And I say that, with a grain of salt, right? But that's what it felt like. Nobody was helping me. Everybody felt sorry for me. Oh man, he got cancer. But they weren't going through what I was going through. They weren't, in the body pain that I had. I couldn't walk. I couldn't use the bathroom. Listen, I passed away twice. I died twice. Clinically. I think I was going into the light. At that point in time, yeah, because I knew what I know now. But I didn't really practice it. I didn't really wholeheartedly. There was still other things that were, sort of like pushing me away from that. One of them was death. I'm about to die. Right? Not that it matters, because death is like, however it happens, right? It's instantaneous. However it happens, it can be, either however you pass, right? You transcend. But everything, it all comes to an end. It all comes to a halt. It all stops. All the pain, all the supposed happiness, all of the feelings, because all that stuff is part of this system. It's part of your, if you look at the brain, you take out the brain, and you look at the stem, the spinal cord, and all, it looks like a worm, which is what it is. It's a parasite. When you're born, look at the shape that you're literally a parasite. Yeah. We just have different cocoons because of our DNA, right? And the way the spark, your spark, your feeling spark, right, has certain types of messages that allow it to create this reality, right? And when you created your reality, this Yaldabaoth, or whatever they call him, the god of this plane, interrupted you, took you. You don't know the contract. We don't know if it's a contract. These are man-made definitions, man-made processes, right? How do you know that? Oh, because we got it came from, I know because I got information from out of this world too, as we know, which is why I'm doing what I'm doing, right? So I get that. I absolutely believe that people have that connection. Absolutely. Not the people, but the souls, spirits. When they talk about seeing things, talking, they identify them as ghosts and spirits. Oh, that stuff is real. It's not a joke. When people say, I talk to aliens, that stuff is real. And I'm not saying that they're aliens the way they make you think that they are. Because we all don't come from the same place. So believe that. When people tell you these things, oh, you were dreaming. What is a dream? What is a dream? What's a nightmare? Were you not there physically? Physically, you were there. You felt it. The only thing I know is that you never know the beginning of the dream. You're always normally in the middle of the dream, right? You never begin the dream. It's already there. It's already happening. You just become aware of it in your ethereal spirit, soul, frequency. It's like a movie, man. So love yourself naturally. You already know everything is a question. Nothing is true. The truth is your experience. everything else is experimental. Everything else is perspective, right? Everything else is POV, point of view. This is what I learned. This is what I went through. You can intermingle that information or use it to cross-reference, but it's not going to make a difference what you know. It's not going to make a difference how much you have, because it all stays here. What you experience and what is necessary, of course, you take your memories with you. That's all you take. Right? Because when you think about it, when you're in your dream, you're having memories, you come back, you're still active, your body's still alive, so it's still connected, your soul is still connected to the vessel that you've been encapsulated in. Right? There's something there that was created to keep you trapped. Because honestly, at any point in time, then people call it suicide, right? At any point in time, if you had the power to detach yourself, how many people on this planet, on this plane, in this dimension, would want to detach themselves if they could? How many people say, I don't want to be here no more? How many people take their own lives because they don't want to be here no more? Because this place is not what you've been meant to be, because that's what happens. You're lied to when you're a kid. Everything is beautiful. Everything is fun. There's nothing going on. Then when you grow up, you're like, what in the freak? Did my parents tell me they didn't go through the stuff that I'm going through? Their life was this pretty. No, it wasn't. Their life was horrible. They had to find their way out of the evil. And I don't even want to call it the evil, because it is what it is, right? It's all nature. There's no good, there's no bad. It just is what it is. Those feelings is a creation of yourself. You created that, on your way here, because that's your experience. That's part of, being here. And I'm going to stop using that word. Being here is experiencing. So the feeling, nobody knows what that is. Nobody knows what the feeling is, where it comes from. They may have ideas. Nobody really knows. Nobody really knows. And that's okay. You don't have to know everything. You just have to experience life. Love your soul, not your role. You already know. Wake up, wake up. I said I didn't have nothing to say. I really didn't say anything. I said a lot, didn't say much. But thank you for coming in. I really appreciate you. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You already know. Wake up, wake up. See you on